What is up, everybody? Welcome to another fresh take What If edition. Vicky, how are you doing?
I am doing good.
Good. So, this week's episode 7, What If the Marvel Cinematic Universe directed Project X? Um, no, the title of this episode is What If Thor Were an Only Child? And I'm not gonna lie, after the last, 5 weeks of depression, I actually needed this for an episode. This is basically Thor throws a planet-sized frat party
Mm-hmm.
and invites everybody. When I say everybody, I mean everybody. There are people from movies that wasn't even supposed to be during this time frame, like Jeff Goldblum's Games Master character. He shows up. Drax shows up. Hell, all the Guardians show up because Rocket Raccoon is in the hotel in the scene. Howard the Duck's there. Uh, Literally, just about everybody you could think shows up at this party, and this is supposed to take place during the first Thor movie.
Yeah,
Well, in this universe, Odin, instead of keeping Loki, Odin gave Loki back to Laufey, and Thor just grew up without him. So he didn't have somebody constantly stabbing him in the back, getting him in trouble, stuff like that. So he wound up just being worse than what he already was in the first movie, which was basically a jock.
he was a frat boy to the extreme.
Yeah, so this makes it way worse, but this is more of a fun episode because yes, they bring back Natalie Portman and Kat Dennings as their characters, and imagine Project X crossed with The Hangover, and you have the idea of what they were going for the episode. They do have a couple of nice cameos. One of them is Nick Fury getting hit by Korg. That was hilarious. The Captain Marvel situation where they call in her to like get him to stop the party is funny, but also good because the fight was actually good. But
Mhm.
the whole part of that was hilarious. Surtur trying to holler at the Statue of Liberty. I guess he was drunk. I guess he was that drunk.
Yeah,
He
he
didn't.
was on something.
Yeah. And yeah, so it just goes crazy. Now the thing about the animation for this episode, they do a lot of cool stuff, especially with the fight where you see them knocking each other into other countries,
Mm-hmm.
and you would see like the globe, and you see them hover over France, and they'll fall into France. So I thought that was actually pretty funny too. Now the way the episode ends is kind of funny because Jane actually goes and tells on Thor to his mom, and that's how the whole thing kind of stops. And they have to actually fix everything they broke up, all the while trying to make it seem like he was just studying.
That was funny. Like it was like
Ferris Bueller.
weird science. We're
Yeah,
gonna
weird
go back
science.
in time. We're gonna go
Yeah.
before Project X.
Yeah.
Weird science when they're like trying to like rush to get the house back together before the parents and everything's like flying around and they're like, come on, hurry up. And they're just trying to beat it.
The last 5 minutes before the ending was hilarious just because you see Frigga coming, you're like, man, you ain't gonna make it. Like you're not gonna make it.
Like, playa.
And they made it. They made it work. Like, so the last like 10 minutes of the actual episode turns into a John Hughes film
Yeah.
from the
It
80s.
really does. And Captain Marvel like co-signs. She's like,
Yeah.
here's your note on human civilization.
I'm like, what the? And of course, Thor don't know what he's talking about, but he pulls it off. I gotta give it to him. They pulled it off.
Yeah.
They got everybody out of there except for the few main people that's in the class. And I'm like, okay.
Oh, I didn't pay attention. How many real voice actors were there?
It was the majority of it was let's see, Natalie Portman, Kat Dennings, Chris Hemsworth, Jeff Goldblum does show up. The other the the girl in I can't remember her name. The other bodyguard he had in Thor Ragnarok, she was there.
Okay.
She had a line. They
Yeah,
got Seth Green.
I
They got
usually
Seth Green
try to
doing
like
that.
pay attention in the beginning when they like announce the different
Yeah.
names, but I forget what I was doing something as I started playing it, so I wasn't paying attention. I was like, oh shoot! I was like, I wanted to know how many voice actors were here.
It was the majority of. And Tom Hiddleston as Loki comes back, and the whole thing with him, like the way they played Loki is just as bad as Thor. I'm like, hold on.
Yeah, so it doesn't matter together or apart. They would have been at best no matter what.
Because Loki is like, so apparently Loki is a horn dog because he wanted Natalie Portman to hook him up with one of her friends.
Oh,
like what the?
That's good.
Like, dude, you're a giant, man. So yeah, it gets crazy because I was like, okay, man, this is gonna be because when they show up, when the Frost Giants show up, you're like, oh snap, this is gonna be some fighting going on. No, they cool. They're worse. They're just both worse. Yeah, but I thought after the previous episodes, this was like exactly what the doctor called for. Just a funny episode until you get to the last 2 minutes of the episode and you realize, oh crap. Because Stinger, and I thought it was funny that the Watcher was like, yeah, they lived happily ever after. Wait, what? Yeah, dude. Like, because even I was like, really? Y'all ain't gonna do nothing crazy with a cliffhanger? No, they did something crazy with a cliffhanger.
It was like, wait a minute, hold my cane.
Vision shows up in a full Ultron armor with all of the Infinity Stones.
he was an Infinity Gauntlet walking.
Yeah, so I'm sitting there like, what the? And then it cuts off. I hate when they do that, but then it cuts off. Now, here's the thing. Supposedly there's only 2 more episodes left for the first season. It's only going to be 9 for this. Okay. They're going to do the rest of them next season. So is this the part where they're supposed to, where the team up is supposed to happen? I'm guessing.
The quote unquote Avengers Unite.
Yeah, the quote unquote Avengers Unite situation, because the rest of the trailer that they showed the week before was basically them having to come together, and they were fighting a bunch of Ultrons. So I'm wondering if this is where that takes place, where the Watcher actually gets involved, because this is going to affect the entirety of the multiverse. So they have to bring in everybody, like both Doctor Stranges, Star-Lord, T'Challa, Killmonger, Thor with trying to go get zombies. I don't know why he would do that.
I mean, why not?
Yeah, I mean, but I think that's where this comes into play, Captain Carter and all of that. So I'm hoping that's what happens. But yeah, this episode was like unlike any of the other episodes because you really didn't know where this was going.
I like it. That was just a good time. It was just a funny 80s party movie. Yeah. And I appreciate that because sometimes after it was 3-4 episodes of just hits, hits and more hits, death and more death and hits. We needed this. This is exactly what we needed to happen. We needed some fun moments. Yeah, even if it ended with,
that
annihilation. Whatever. Whatever. But it was a good time. I like that he landed in Vegas because that's my party ground. I go there practically every year for quality debauchery, and I appreciate that because that's how I want to be in Vegas. They'd be like, "Wait, aliens? Let's party!" And then kept
basically
going. Especially if you showed up on the strip at 2 a.m. No, ain't nobody caring about nothing. Let's keep it going.
And then there was the release the phone.
I know.
They got that party did look live though. I'm not gonna lie. The party in Vegas looked live. When they went to China for Chinese food, for Chinese take, they went to China for Chinese takeout.
Yes.
Let's be honest. Everybody would have hung with Thor for that. Everybody would have hung with Thor for that. A planet-wide party. Everybody would have been hanging with Thor because he took everybody with him.
Oh yeah, literally. Let's go.
Yeah, literally everybody with them. So the other little fun little moments in there were with Jane, because it was clear she was thirsty. She was thirsty.
Yeah.
They made that clear and from the
Right.
get.
She was like, "Wow, he's cute." And I'm like, "Yeah, yeah."
And he's dumb as hell too. So
Well,
and she
she
pretty
has
much
enough intelligence that when you take the two of them and divide it,
it works.
it equals out. It
Yeah,
equals out.
it equals out. I did like the whole Maria Hill thing. That was funny. The whole interaction between Maria and Captain Marvel, because she was like, "Yeah, I can hit with like the force of 10 nukes, but I'm not trying to destroy a planet if I go all out." Like, and the whole fight between, because I know people are going to be like, "Oh, well, they said Captain Marvel's stronger than Thor." They were playing with each other. You could tell, because even Captain Marvel, she started smiling. She
was enjoying the battle.
Yeah.
But like neither one of them was going 5,000%.
Yeah, they weren't. They were just playing. I mean, Thor was literally playing, and she was pulling her punches because, like you said, if she started hitting them, the Earth goes bye.
Exactly. If she just started going for real.
Yeah. So I just thought that was hilarious, because you just tell, like, the way they played this the way they had the Thor actor portraying himself, like, he would get on your nerves at first, but then you'd be like, "Come on, man, let's go have a drink."
Mm-hmm.
And that'd be the end of it. So that was the problem. It was just hilarious. So yeah, on the all in all, this is like an episode that is gonna make a lot of people laugh. It's the normal time, about 33 minutes, but unlike previous episodes where you wanted it to be like a couple, like 10 minutes, 10-15 minutes more, this one felt just right to me.
Oh yeah, no, definitely had great pacing, great moments. You weren't ever like left whatever. So I think they did really good with this episode. I enjoyed it.
Yeah. So check this one out if you haven't. Leave a comment. Let us know what you think is going to happen over the next 2 episodes, especially with Ultron, Vision, Thanos. Yeah. So let us know what you think is going to happen. Anything you want to pimp out before we get out of here?
Yes, the 27th, September 27th is the last day to vote for me, Professor White, for top creative streamer under content creation for the Game Hers Awards. That's about it. I'll be streaming on Monday on the 27th. Hopefully I'll finish the spider and then maybe just do random other stuff in between time. But yeah, that's about it.
Cool. Don't forget to go vote, people. The Wiener Podcast is going to be tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So please show up. The chat will be open. And,
what are we going to be talking about tonight?
Nintendo Direct. A couple days in, our thoughts, and then some stuff about controllers, some stuff about expectations, some stuff about what's the other thing I got down here? 1 second. What's the other thing I got? I got studio team ups. Yeah. So that's it.
Okay.
That'll be it for this episode, for the 78th episode. And we'll probably do a little bit of talking about our road to 100, because we kind of forgot to do stuff for episode 75. That was on me. So I'm trying to make sure that we actually don't miss episode
100th episode and didn't do nothing with it.
Yeah, don't do nothing for it. So yeah, so we'll probably talk a little bit about that too. So that's tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we'll see you there. Peace.
Bye.